Okay, I'm just going to run through 5 examples that I just made up for elimination. And you're always going to want to eliminate when the x's and the y's are lined up. That's going to be your best bet. If both y's were set equal to each other, then you'd want to graph, because then you don't have to do any work for graphing. You can just graph immediately. In substitution, if one of them were set equal to x or y, then you can just plug it back in. Okay, so this one we're going to do elimination. So the x's aren't opposite. The y's are, because we have positive 5 and negative 5y. So then those just go away. So then we can add up the other ones. So 4x plus 6x is 10x. Negative 7 plus negative 23 is negative 30. Divide by 10. So x equals negative 3. Whoops, that's ugly. And now that I have x is negative 3, I can plug that in for one of these. It doesn't matter which one. I'll do it for the top. So 4 times negative 3 plus 5y equals negative 7. So we get negative 12. If I add 12 over, then I get 5y equals 5. Divide by 5. So y equals 1. So these would cross at the point negative 3, 1. For x is negative 3 and y is 1. Okay, let's try another one. Now, I'm not going to go through and plug that back in every single time. But if you would like to for practice, you can, and I'll write down all the answers if you want to check them. So the next one. Maybe I will just run through them all the way. Okay, so we have 10x plus 4y equals 2. 10x minus 6y equals 22. Okay, so here I have that the 10s, they both have 10s in front of the x's, but one is positive and the other one is positive. But in order for us to add them and for them to eliminate, one of them has to be negative. So then we have to multiply them, one of these, by a negative. So I can multiply all of this by a negative, which would just change all of the signs. So that's going to make this a negative, this a positive, and this a negative. And then I'm just going to erase this for sake of work. So multiplying by a negative just changed all of those signs. Now the x's eliminate. 4 plus 6, that's going to give me 10y. That's going to give me negative 20. Divide by 10. So y equals negative 2. And then I can plug that back in for one of them. So 10x plus 4 times negative 2 is negative 8 equals 2. If I add 8 over, that gives me 10. If I divide both sides by 10, x equals 1. So then this point would be 1, negative 2. Okay, the next one. So if I have 3x minus 6y equals 9, 9x minus 18y equals 27. Okay, so we can decide if we're going to eliminate the x's or the y's. It doesn't matter. So since neither of them are even similar, like they don't both have 9 or 3, and they don't both have 6 or 18, so then we can just pick x or y, just eeny, meeny, miny, moe. So let's look at the x's. So if I were to eliminate these x's, well, I know that this is 9 and this is 3. So what can I multiply 3 by so that it's equal to 9? So the smaller one you always see, is there a number that I can multiply by so that it's equal to that? Yeah, 3 times 3 is 9. But we want it to be opposite, so we're going to multiply by negative 3. So then it goes to all 3 of those. So we're going to get negative 9x plus 18y equals negative 27. And we know we did it right because the x's will eliminate when we add them. And in this case, the y's eliminate, and 27 minus 27, those eliminate. So we end up getting 0 equals 0, which is a true statement, so then that's infinitely many solutions, which means that those lines are just the same and they're going to cross on every single point. Okay, 2 more. So 8x minus 2y equals 16. This is actually going to be the last one because I don't think since you just learned it in one day. Actually, no, we'll do both of them. Mine as well. Plus y equals -8. Okay, so on this one you could do substitution since the y is alone. If you just add 4x, then you could plug that in for y. That's what I would do. But since we're practicing with elimination, let's just do elimination. So I have an 8 here and a -4 here. I have a -2 here and a +1 there. So I can decide whether we're going to eliminate the x or the y's. Now whenever one of them's alone, I eliminate that one. Because if this is a -2, all I need there is +2. So I just have to multiply everything by 2. So then I get -8x plus 2y equals -16. And then I'm going to write this down here. Which, they all eliminated, and I actually don't think I meant to do that. I meant to do one where you get 0 and then a number here. So let's pretend like I got 43 there, then that would be no solution. In this case, it's 0 equals 0, so it's infinitely many solutions. Okay, last one. Okay, 5x plus 7y equals 38. And then -4x plus 3y equals 4. Okay, now the x's, the numbers in front of the x's aren't the same, and the numbers in front of the y's aren't the same. So we're going to have to multiply both of them by different numbers so that they end up being the same numbers in front of that variable so that they'll eliminate. So if I wanted to, well, first what I call this with my students is crisscross. So I'm either multiplying the top by 4 and the bottom by 5, or if I wanted to eliminate the y's, I would multiply the top by -3 and the bottom by 7. We just have to make sure that one of them is positive and one of them is negative by the end so that they'll eliminate. So that's why on the y, since both of these are positive here, when I multiply, I'd want to multiply one of them by a negative so that one's negative and one's positive. Okay, so let's just get rid of the x's. So I'm going to crisscross. Now one's positive and one's negative, so I don't have to worry about multiplying by a negative because we already have that taken care of. Now we just need the same numbers in front. So I'm going to multiply the top by 4 and the bottom by 5, which that's not going to be fun to do in my head. I don't have a calculator right here. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so 4 times 5 is 20x plus 28y. Okay, and then 8 times 4 is 4. Oh, I just went mind blank. 8 times 4, whoops, that's why. 32, 3 times 4 is 12 plus 3, so 152. I hope that's right. Okay, and then we have multiplying the 5, -20x plus 15y equals 20. Okay, so those go away. Boy, I came up with really big numbers for this one. Okay, and now we're going to add these. So 8 plus 5, that's going to give me 13. So 43y. And then 2, 7, 1, so 172, so we have to divide by 43. 4, which I'm guessing is 4. Yeah. So y equals 4. And then we have to plug it back into one of the originals. I'm going to use this one since the numbers are smaller. So -4x. Plus 3, and then for my y, I'm going to substitute 4 in since that's what I got for my answer. equals 4. So negative 4x plus 12 equals 4 minus the 12. So those go away. Equals negative 8 divided by negative 4. So x equals 2. So these are going to cross at the point 2, comma, 4. Okay, I really hope that this helps. But if you have any more questions, you can text them to me tomorrow and like watch these videos tonight. Text me any questions you have about the videos, as well as if you have a review or something that you're able to do to prepare for it. Just any questions you have, just snap a picture of them for me. And Trent is out of town right now, so it's a good time for me to help you out because I'm just at home bored. Okay, bye.